வாய்ஸே கேட்க முடியல. So very good afternoon to all. So sorry for the delay due to technical flaw. So very happy to see you through this digital webinar. First and foremost, I would like to welcome today's guest speaker, Dr. V. Nagajodi, Principal, Sri Chandra Prabhu, Jain College, Chennai. Today he joined with us to discuss and give a clarity on corporate social responsibility. So why it is important to the nations like India, especially in this modern times, everywhere the industrialization happens.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to all of you. Sir, shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir. You may start, sir.
Stalin, sir, will start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, that PPT is visible, sir.
No, sir.
PowerPoint slide is visible.
Hello, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon to all. So very happy to see you through this digital webinar on
Prakash,
recent
sir.
trends in
Sorry for the
commerce.
interruption.
Yeah,
Prakash,
tell
sir.
me, sir.
Sorry
Tell
for
me,
the
sir.
interruption. Sir, வீடியோ வந்து ஆன் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
Sorry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Stalin, sir. Shall I
Okay, sir. Yes,
proceed?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, proceed.
First and foremost, I would like to welcome today's guest speaker, Dr. V. Nagajodi, Principal, Sri Chandra Prabhu Jain College, Chennai. Today he joined with us to discuss about CSR and give a clarity on corporate social responsibility. So why it is significant to the nations like India, especially in these modern times? Everywhere there is the industrialization happening. Dr. Nagajodi would be the right person to talk about CSR because he is an eminent academician, has more than 22 years of experience. He held different capacities like head of the department, board of studies university nominee, a RUSA training program coordinator, research advisor, and many more. He published textbooks to Tamil Nadu Open University, books to University of Madras, and to the MBA program of Pondicherry University. So his deep knowledge and vast experience will make this session more beautiful and enlightening us in today's topic, that is corporate social responsibility. And I extend my warm welcome to the head of the department, Dr. N. Jayanti. So there is no doubt about her serious thinking about to bring our department to the next level. As part of this, she initiated this event even in this virus time so successful manner. So at this juncture, I would like to thank, even we have the formal vote of thanks at the end, I would like to thank Professor Stalin for coordinating and organizing the things technically behind in this event. And I extend my hearty welcome to all my colleagues and my students buddies. I hope this session will be the enlightening and it will be the knowledge sharing forum at the end. So now the session is hand over to Dr. Nagajodi. Sir, you can proceed now.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Respected head of the department, Periyar Maniammai University, Department of Commerce, and my dear colleagues, those who are working in Commerce Department, my dear students. It gives immense pleasure to me that I am going to discuss right now about the corporate social responsibility and what are the implications of this corporate social responsibility as far as India is concerned. and what multinational corporations are doing as far as corporate social responsibility is concerned. And what is our duty, first of all, as a citizen of India, I'm going to explain to you right now. Normally, corporate social responsibility means whenever you take an organization, this particular business organization will have lots of commitments towards this environment. Whenever we are involving in business, normally a business organization not only produce a product or offer services in the marketplace by meeting the need, wanted, and demand of consumers, we are also responsible for taking care of this environmental protection. But unfortunately in India, I meant that environmental protection is not there. So we are deviating from the corporate social responsibility. So what we are going to say right now, we are going to see what do you mean by corporate social responsibility. And very recently, that Indian Companies Act 2013, they have made it clear that almost all these business units, they have to allocate certain amount of their profit, particularly for corporate social responsibility, in order to maintain this society. So each one of us, we have a commitment towards this society. That's what we are going to see in today's presentation. So whenever we discuss about corporate social responsibility, we are going to see what you mean by corporate citizenship. We are going to see what you mean by social responsibility. We are going to see what you mean by responsiveness. Then we are also going to see about what you mean by corporate social performance. So whenever we discuss about these areas, we are going to see about whether the business organization have a social responsibility or not. If so, what is the extent and the type of responsibility that they have? So these are all the two questions are there which are in front of us. So the focus of this particular talk is on corporate social responsibility, which involves responsibilities outside of making a profit, and the key questions for corporations include what are all the responsibilities that they are supposed to have. I'll give you some practical examples to you. Few years back, there is an organization which is known as Hindustan Unilever Limited, and this Hindustan Unilever Limited is producing a thermometer, and all of us we are aware the thermometer is containing, there is a mercury in thermometer. Whenever the body temperature when we are measuring, these thermometers are useful in identifying what is the body's temperature. All of you would have experienced this in this COVID-19 period. Whenever we have a fever, we go to a doctor, and the doctor immediately tests with the thermometer what is the body temperature. So that mercury is used in the thermometers. So what has happened? They have a plant at Kodaikanal Hill Station, and that is Hindustan Unilever Limited started dumping the mercury wastages in and around that Kodaikanal Hill Station. So there is a powerful lobby meant for this environmental protection, and they have filed a case against the Hindustan Unilever Limited and asking them not to dump this mercury waste, because no, mercury is a metal, liquid metal, which is highly dangerous for the human when we are exposed to it. So therefore, what that particular company did, they have started dumping the mercury wastages and least bothered about the human beings, those who are living in and around the Kodaikanal Hill Station. And finally, that Chennai High Court gave a verdict in favor of this environmental lobby and asking Hindustan Unilever Limited not to dump the mercury wastages in the hill stations of Kodaikanal. So this is what we call it as even the multinational corporations in India, they are deviating from their social responsibility and they are spoiling that India. Wherever you go, you take now for example Ranipet. Ranipet is very near to Velur, and now it has been bifurcated into a new district. And Ranipet is has a very dubious distinction that it is the second worst polluted place in the world. The first worst polluted place is Chernobyl, where a nuclear disaster had taken place in Russia, and that particular plant is known as large number of deaths and as well as collapse of the nuclear plant. And the second worst polluted place is in Tamil Nadu, and where that leather tanneries are there. The leather tanneries are letting out the effluent water back into the Pune River, and the entire river and as well as the paddy fields are getting contaminated, and it is misfitted to be there to live in that particular. So therefore, as an organization, we are responsible for protecting this environment, and as well as an organization, we are responsible for taking care of the society's well-being and the future of our children, those who are living in that particular area. If you want to see, more number of skin rashes are there with the people. And similarly, I will quote one more example here. At the North Madras, we have Chennai Thermal Power Station. So what the Chennai Thermal Power Station is doing, after taking this entire sea water, they are dumping the wastewater back into this Buckingham Canal. And if you go and see, that the entire Buckingham Canal in Chennai has been contaminated with that ash content water, and it is spoiling the fisherman's life in North Chennai, which is very near to our college, and as well as it is also spoiling the life living in the Bay of Bengal, very near to that thermal power station. So these are all the things what we are coming from. So there are a number of examples we can quote from India, and we are going to see one by one what are the things which are taking place, and what we are going to see as a corporate social responsibility. So if you ask me the preliminary definition of CSR, point number one, the impact of the company's actions on society. Whenever we are involving in a production of a product or producing a services, what is the impact it is going to have, or the company's action is going to have on society. And the number two, the CSR requires the manager to consider his acts in terms of the whole social system and holds him responsible for the effects of his acts anywhere in the system. This is what most of the companies are deviating. And I would like to recollect the Union Carbide incident at Bhopal, way back in 1984, I believe. I think there is a the Union Carbide plant located in Bhopal, and there was a lethal gas leaked out of the particular plant, which is known as methyl isocyanate. And even today, there are large number of people suffering due to this methyl isocyanate exposure. There are people who are suffering due to cancer. There are people who have lost their eyesight. There are people who have disabilities. And there are people who have died. Okay. So there are so many years have passed on, but the American company is bothered. And unfortunately, this Bhopal Union Carbide plant is located very near to Bhopal railway station. So they closed down the factory, but unfortunately in 1980s, it was one of the major topics. So way back in 1980s itself, our society, they least bothered, and they used to set up these plants only in India, whereas in India, the environmental laws during that time was not very stringent. Therefore, they were taking us for granted. Therefore, whenever we talk about corporate social responsibility, what is the impact of the company's action on society? And the number two, what their manager.
Sir, sorry for the interruption, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, your PowerPoint presentation is not visible, sir.
Not visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now it is visible?
No, sir.
Now not visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now?
No, sir, not visible, sir.
One minute. I will ask.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Help us.
Okay, sir.
Then corporate citizenship concepts will discuss. Let us talk about what it will be corporate social responsibility. That means emphasizes obligation and accountability to society. And the corporate social responsiveness emphasizes action and activity. And the corporate social performance emphasizes outcomes and results. So we are going to discuss about what do you mean by CSR, what do you mean by corporate social responsiveness, so what action or what activity that we are going to take, and what is mean by corporate social performance. So emphasizes on outcomes and as well as the results of an organization. The next we are going to discuss, which is a very major area, are business criticism, or we can call this particular area as the business criticism and the social response cycle. So there are factors in the social environment. And then number two, criticism of business. Number three, a change in the social contract. Number four, increased concern for the social environment. Number five, business assumption of corporate social responsibility. Number six, social responsiveness, social performance, and the corporate citizenship. Number seven, a more satisfied society, and a fewer factors leading to business criticism, and increased expectations leading to more criticism. This is what we are going to discuss under the heading of corporate social responsibility, business criticism, and the social responsibility. Then next we are going to discuss about the historical perspective of CSR. The number one area we call it as the economic model.
Sir,
It will hand of the marketplace, protected societal and a legal model of protected societal interests.
sir, are you presenting your screen, sir?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, screen is not visible, sir.
Now,
No, sir, no, sir.
I think only.
Yes, sir, your screen is not sharing to anyone, sir.
Now,
No, sir, no, sir. Okay, sir, now okay, sir.
it's okay.
Okay, sir, now okay, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you, sir.
So there are two models I told you. One is economic model, and another one we have seen. So what do you mean by this economic model? So there are large number of organizations meant for the philanthropy activities. When you talk about these things, I'll quote this Tata Group for their wonderful philanthropy activities as the corporate social responsibility is concerned. I'll give you an example. This Tata Iron and Steel Mill company is there at the Jamshedpur. So what this particular company did, this is the only city available in India where you get 24 hours uninterrupted water supply. You know that the plant that they have constructed nearly some 60, 70 years back. Even today, Jamshedpur is the one city where you get a 24 hours uninterrupted water supply. And Jamshedpur is one place where you get the place wherever that the worker is residing for 35 years, it will become its own residence. And one of the finest healthcare facilities and one of the finest educational facilities are provided, by the this Tata Iron and Steel Mill workers to the workers. Imagine, so this is what we call it as a philanthropy. Not only making a profit from the business organization point of view, and they have to take this community obligations. And then next comes paternalism. Because we are aware of that. In India, the head of the family is known as paternalistic leadership. So that is what we call as a paternalism. So therefore, in modified this economic model, CSR, we have to, the organization need to incorporate philanthropy activities, community obligations, and the paternalism. The next comes, what was the main motivation to keep government at arm's length? So that's the main motivation behind this historical perspective. The next comes, from the 1950s to the present concept of CSR, which has gained considerable acceptance and the meaning has been broadened to include additional components. So 1950s it was totally different, and what is evolving right now is keeps on changing. Number one, CSR considers the impact of the company's actions on society, which already we have seen. CSR requires decision makers to take actions that protect and improve welfare of the society as a whole, along with their own interests. I'll give you another example. In Chennai, in North Chennai, we have a thermal power plant constructed by NTP, National Thermal Power Corporation, along with our Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. Now they are a very big plant is coming in. If anybody wanted to see, you can go to this NTPC, website, and please see that the new thermal power station is coming up near to North Chennai Thermal Power Station. And please remember, this is one plant which is known for zero emission of discharge of water. They take a water, the water will become contaminated. The same water has been utilized once again by the thermal power station, but they will not let out that particular water to spoil this environment. Imagine, no? So this is the second area. CSR requires decision makers to take actions that protect and improve the welfare of society as a whole along with their own interests. So what I told you, earlier I told you, the North Chennai Thermal Power Station is there, which is known as NCTPS, belongs to Tamil Nadu Electricity Board, and they are pumping out the water. That after this power is produced, they are burning coal, so the coal is getting converted to ash. The coal ash, along with the hot water, they are sending it to Buckingham Canal. They are also sending it to Bay of Bengal, and it is spoiling the entire marine life in that area. So that means they are affecting the society. Similarly, earlier the fishermen used to, live very near to this Buckingham Canal, and today they are not in a position to go for, their activity because of this pollution created by this North Chennai thermal power station. So to overcome these things, because this power plant is yet to be commissioned, now only they are commissioning it. Probably within a year or two, that the NTPC is going to produce electricity, and that plant they have planned very well, and it is going to be one plant where it is not going to affect the environment because of zero discharge, emission discharge plant. Water will not be let out, without purifying it. So this is what we call it. CSR means the organizations and decision makers to take actions that protect and improve the welfare of society as a whole, along with their own interests. Then CSR mandates that the corporation has not only economic and legal obligations, but also certain responsibilities to society that extend beyond these obligations. So they are not only contributing to the country's economy, they are not only meeting the legal obligations, they also have responsibilities towards the society, and they have to take care of the society's well-being. Because now once the society is being taken care of, then it is possible for the particular organization to thrive upon in that particular thing. So CSR encompasses the economic, legal, ethical, and discretionary expectations the society has of organizations at a given point of time. So this is what we call it as the corporate social responsibility. Then this is the responsibility, social expectations, and the examples. For example, economic responsibility, societal expectation is required, and be profitable, maximize sales, minimize costs, all the things considered the economic obligations of the organization. And the legal obligations means societal expectations required, obey laws and regulations. In Tamil Nadu, we have Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board. So similarly, for each and everything, we have large number of corporate laws as well as company law, or as well as legally, almost all business organizations are bound to obey laws and regulations. The ethical ways of doing business, that is expected by the society, do what is safe, fair, and just. But what is happening, we are adopting most of the unethical practices. Most of the organizations in India are known for their unethical practices, and they do not know what is right, they do not know what is fair, they do not know what they have to do, but they will do against it. Okay, you take now for example, there are organizations located in Delhi, and Delhi is known for the production of nearly 25% of the products what we are using today, particularly electronic goods, are not a standard, high standard goods. Okay, they are imitative or they are just bogus one, and they try to sell these things at a higher cost. Okay, so there are organizations and adopting unethical behavior. That unethical behavior is not permitted as far as corporate social responsibility is concerned. And the last one is philanthropic. I told you about this Tata Iron and Steel Mill company at the Jamshedpur. Be a good corporate citizen. Okay, so desired and expected by the society, and the company should be a good corporate. And when it is possible for the company to help the employees, help the market, help the government, and help the society. So that is what is expected from most of the organizations as a part of corporate social responsibility. Then this is the pyramid of CSR. So number one, economic responsibility, be profitable. Whenever we start a business, the business organizations are known for, profitability, and they wanted to maintain a good market share. Then comes where they have to obey the law. Then they need to be ethical. I told that there's one Unilever. They have started dumping the mercury wastage. Mercury is highly poisonous. So we should not dump the mercury wastages in Kodaikanal, that will hill station. Okay. This unethical behavior of the company. Even now, the people are telling that the COVID-19 vaccine, some of the vaccines are produced which will have a direct impact on our systems, our immune system. And some COVID-19 vaccines, they are telling that are unethical, that should not be administered. But I don't know. Only the government should decide whether these COVID vaccines are going to be ethical one or unethical one. But it is, if anything going to be modified, the genetic modifications, that is highly unethical, and we should not allow such things to happen. And we have to wait and see these COVID-19 vaccines which are going to come up. Because already in India, there is an organization known as Serum Institute of India. And there is an organization known as Zydus Cadila at Ahmedabad. And we have an organization called the Bharat Biotech at Hyderabad. And these three companies are producing COVID-19 vaccines. And when these vaccines are going to come in, and they have to be prepared in an ethical way, and that should not hinder, the health of the people. You know very well what has happened in America. In America, they have tried with some patients. After 10 days, the patient has developed a lot of side effects, and therefore, human trial has been discontinued by some companies. So that means that is unethical way of doing things. So therefore, COVID-19 vaccines should be produced ethically, and it should not interfere any way directly with our immune system, or it should not affect our, our ability to live in this world. It should arrest the COVID-19 infection, but that should not harm us. So that the government, I hope that the government will take a lot of, precautionary methods before allowing this COVID-19 vaccines to enter into India. Then be a good corporate citizen. Already I have given an example to you. There is an organization, this Tata Iron and Steel Mill company, and we have a company here called the Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited. It belongs to Indian Oil Corporation Limited, and one of the best company. They are doing very good service in Chennai, and particularly in the Tirunelveli district, they are constructing huge buildings, school buildings. They are providing good water facilities. They are providing RO water facilities, and they are providing almost classroom there, in a smart classroom they are providing. I have studied a school near Manali, and the entire government higher secondary school Manali has been restructured by this Indian Oil Corporation, and the sister concern is known as Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited in Manali, and they have taken care of. So this is what we call it as a philanthropic responsibility, and this is what we call it as a pyramid of CSR. Then CSR in equation form is the sum of economic responsibilities, legal responsibilities, ethical responsibilities, and philanthropic responsibilities. Then this is the shareholders' value. Stakeholders group addressed and affected. Stakeholder means anybody those who are having common interest in the affairs of an organization. Maybe a stakeholder may be a government, stakeholder may be an employee, stakeholder may be a general public, stakeholder may be a community person. So all these people we call them as a stakeholder, and these stakeholders we also to be taken care of. Then these are all the arguments against restricts the free market goal of profit maximization, and the business is not equipped to handle social activities, then dilutes the primary aim of business, increase business power, limits the ability to compete in a global marketplace. These are all the arguments in favor of addresses social issues, business cost, and allows business to be part of the solution, and protects business self-interest, and limits future government intervention, and addresses the issues by using business resources and expertise, and addresses the issues by being proactive. So these are all the arguments in favor of it. And these are all the business responsibilities in the 21st century. They demonstrate commitment to society's values. You know, whenever we talk about society, their own value systems are there for any society. And it contributes to society's social, environmental, and the economic goals through action. Then contribute society's social, environmental, and the economic goals through an action. Then insulate society from the negative impacts of company operations, products, and their services. Share benefits of company activities with the key stakeholders as well as with the shareholders. Demonstrate that the company can make more money by doing the right thing. You know, these are the expected. You know, when you people are going to become a manager, tomorrow no, you may be working for a FMCG company, or you may be working for an IT company, or you may be working for an IT-enabled service company, and you must ensure that your company make money by doing the right things. You know, that's why we have to give top priority, particularly for the society's values, and contribute to society's social responsibilities. ஹலோ சொல்லுங்க. ஆமாங்க ஆமாங்க. என்ன என்ன is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
These are all the evolving and this is what you mean by corporate social performance. Okay. So if you see this, know that there are about three important areas are there. Number one, social issues. Another one, philosophy of social responsiveness. Then social responsibility categories are there. So there are three important areas are there. So we call this model integrates economic concerns into a social performance framework. So if you take note, the social issues like stakeholders, shareholders are there. Shareholders are the people those who invested their money in an organization. Then occupational safety of the workers, then product safety, then discrimination, the environment, and the consumerism. Then this side we have discriminatory responsibilities, ethical responsibilities, legal responsibilities, and economic responsibilities. And here we have proaction, accommodation, defense, and a reaction. And next comes your corporate social performance, extensions and reformulations. There are market and coherence extensions, then goods reformulation and response reorientation. Then comes your corporate social performance, and these are all the principles, these are all the processes, these are all the policies. I want you to go through for about 2 minutes, then I'll explain about each area. Example. சரி.
இப்போ வந்து ஏஎஃப்க்கு 2 சீட் வேணுமா சார்?
சரி.
இந்த பசங்க 2 பசங்க ஏஎஃப் பசங்க 5000 ரூபாய் கையில வச்சுட்டாங்கன்னா ஆமா இமிடியேட்டா சீட் வேணும்ன்றாங்க அப்படின்னாங்க. ஜென்ரல் பசங்க அந்த பொண்ணு சேர்ந்தால அந்த பையனா எனக்கு இமிடியேட்டா சீட் வேணும்னாங்க.
So here know that principles corporate social responsibility and corporate social responsiveness and social issues management. And the economic you already seen, legal, ethical and discretionary or philanthropic. And the corporate social responsibility, economic reactive and legal defensive, ethical accommodative and discretionary proactive. That is the proactive of organization. And the social issues management, issues identification, issues analysis and response development. So this is what we call it as a corporate social performance. The next comes our corporate citizenship, embraces all the facets of corporate social responsibility, corporate social responsiveness and performance. And this is what we call it as a social, financial and performance. For example, if you take good corporate social performance lead to good corporate financial performance, that lead to good corporate reputation. That's what most of the Indian organizations are known for. We are going to discuss about the IBC's corporate social responsibility, and again Hindustan Unilever's corporate social responsibility. At that time we will be discussing about this. Then good corporate financial performance lead to good corporate social performance and a good corporate reputation. Then good corporate social performance lead to good corporate financial performance and that lead to good corporate reputation. So whenever we discuss about good corporate reputation, so there should be good corporate social performance, there should be good corporate financial performance, there should be good corporate social performance. And this is social and financial performance. We have multiple bottom line perspectives. Relationship between CSR or CSP and the stakeholders multiple bottom line. Owners stakeholders bottom line, consumer stakeholders bottom line, and the employees stakeholders bottom line, and the community stakeholders bottom line, and other stakeholders bottom line. And then socially conscious ethical investing. Social screening is a technique used to screen firms for investment purposes. And these are all the selected key terms what we have discussed in this particular thing. So business for social responsibility. Business, I already told you, it is an activity undertaken by an organization in which the organization identifies need, want, and demand for the product or services, and accordingly, either they produce the product or offer services in the marketplace. Thereby, they are going to achieve their profit maximization objectives, wealth maximization objectives, and they are also going to achieve their overall objectives. At the same time, not only this profit making is most important for an organization, it is the responsibility of the organization towards protecting the society's well-being. And number two, community obligation. That's why, I told you, there are organizations in Chennai, they take care of the parks, some of the parks in Chennai Corporation area are maintained by majority of the banks. For example, Canara Bank, and then PMIST Bank. Like this, if you come and see in Chennai, most of the parks are, taken care of by. And similarly, they provide, healthcare facilities to most of the people. And they are also providing, this drinking water facility. And they are constructing very nice buildings, particularly for the schools, particularly for government schools. And then corporate citizenship, that is meant for the company. If the company is doing good, if the company is performing well, that means they are also going to take care of the, society's interest. We call that particular company as a corporate citizenship company. That's, I call it as an ITC, for example. An ITC, it comes under the, startup group. Okay, then corporate social responsibility and the corporate social responsibility. So what we do to the society, what action that we are implementing is also most important. I think most of you would have aware that Indian Overseas Bank, we had one gentleman, MP Nirmal, he was working earlier as a manager or some regional senior level manager, and he left and he started planting more and more trees. So now that actor Vivek is doing that. Abdul Kalam said that, and he asked him to go for the tree plantation. Because now that is most important. I request all the students, those who are studying in career money in the university, I request each one of you, whenever your birthday comes, to please plant at least one tree in your name. Because if you started doing all these things, your entire campus will become more greenery in nature. And similarly, you can also extend this activity to NSS and LCC to the entire society. That's what Jaggi was there of Coimbatore once we commented. Suppose if you are constructing, if you are planting 1 kilometer level trees in both the sides of your river, throughout the year we will get rainwater, or the water will flow will be there. But what is happening? We have started cutting down the trees, we are constructing more and more buildings, and more buildings are coming up, the rain is not coming properly, and as a result we are suffering. Okay, today most of the land where we used to do cultivation converted into flats. And all these flats are going to be occupied by these, people with a very big background, and they will be constructing multi-story buildings. That's what's happening all over India. And as a result, the water is contaminating, and again the air pollution is there, and people are not getting adequate place. Okay, and we are known for prone for large number of diseases. To take for example Delhi, there are some 3 or 4 months it was visible to see the Himalayas from Rajasthan or from Punjab. Okay, because the entire area has become pollution free, and it was possible for them and to see that. So if you ask me, COVID-19 is one of the best corporate social responsibility that's given by providing a clear atmosphere in Delhi. And today, after this COVID-19, and we have started allowing all the buses and cars are running, and today the same area has become highly dirty, and every day some more than 3,500 people are getting affected due to COVID-19, and the third wave is going on in Delhi. Because it is highly congested, number one. Number two, large number of transportation is there. Number three, the burning of agricultural outputs very near to that, Punjab, Haryana, and all these neighboring villages. All these things, the entire smoke is engulfing, your area. And today now that Sonia Gandhi was suggested not to live in Delhi because it's highly polluted, and the doctors have recommended her to go to Goa or go to Chennai, where that pollution level is low. So I request the youngsters of Periyar Mani in the university, please take up this as a corporate social responsibility. Go to Kaveri River and every side, no, you plant for 1 kilometer. Okay, somebody go to the right side, somebody go to the left side, and please plant for about 1 kilometer, and throughout the year we will get water in Kaveri River. So that's what I will call this as a corporate social responsibility of a student. Or you convince some organizations to come forward to do this, and our government should do this. I mean, government should allow. We cannot say that is important, and the government should take the responsibility towards these things, and they should ask the corporate houses to construct, plant more and more trees all over Tamil Nadu. And in the long run, it will be helpful to us, and that's what we call it as a corporate social responsibility. Then already we have seen about economic, legal, ethical, and discretionary responsibilities, and I have given examples also to you. Then paternalism, then philanthropy, the pyramid of CSR, then socially conscious investing. This is what we have discussed about right now, and we will move on to the next slide. சரி. இதெல்லாம் வரல பிபிடி பிடிஎஃப் எதுவுமே வரல. வெங்கட்டு இது வரல. வெங்கட் சொல்லிட்டீங்களா? வெங்கட்டு தான் பண்ண மாட்டான்னு நம்ம. Sir, is it visible?
No, sir. No, sir. Screen is not visible, sir.
ஆமா. Periyar Mani Ministry, corporate social responsibility. பாலாஜி சார் பிபிடி வரமாட்டேங்குது, அடிச்சாலும் வரமாட்டேங்குது. Kindly stay with us. Please stay with me. Another 10 minutes, 7 minutes, we'll complete that. சார் இந்த பிபிடி வரமாட்டேங்குது. இந்த பிபிடி வரமாட்டேங்குது.
ப்ரௌசர்ல இருக்கீங்களா? அப்போ இங்க போயிட்டு பிரசன்ட் அவங்க போயிட்டு நீங்க எதுல ஓபன் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? பிபிடி என்ன இருக்கு?
இந்த பிபிடி டெஸ்க்டாப். ஆமா, டெஸ்க்டாப். இந்த பிடிஎஃப் அப்படியே வரும்.
டெஸ்க்டாப் வெளியே சொல்லுங்க.
டெஸ்க்டாப்ல தான் மேலே தான்.
இது
செகண்ட் நம்ம பேசுங்களா? இல்ல சார், உங்களுக்கு
நாங்க போயிட்டு சார் வந்து எங்களுக்கு டெமோ கிளாஸ் எடுத்தாரு. நாங்க உட்காந்து நாங்க வந்து ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி ராஜேஷ் சார்லாம் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிட்டாரு. நானும் பண்ணிட்டேன். அதுக்கு எப்படி கிளாஸ் அதுல ஜாயின் பண்றது
அடுத்த தடவை வேணும்னா Sir, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Now visible, sir.
Okay.
எட்டில் ஓப்பன் பிடிஎஃப் ஓப்பன் க்ரோம் பண்ணிட்டு இங்க போய் நீட்ல போயிட்டு ப்ரெசன்ட் நவ் கொடுக்குறீங்களா? ப்ரெசன்ட் நவ் கொடுக்கும்போது டேப்னு இருக்கும். டேப் கிளிக் பண்ணீங்கன்னா அது ஏற்கனவே ஓப்பன் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. அதை செலக்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா டைரக்ட் இருக்கும். ஈஸியா இருக்கும். ப்ரெசென்டிங்.
Sir, is it visible now?
Visible, sir.
Okay. Sorry, extremely sorry, there is a technical issue.
It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir.
This is most important. Why this CSR is important, particularly for India. And India is one of the largest economies of the world and an increasingly important player in the emerging global order. It is still home to the largest number of people living in absolute poverty, even if the proportion of poor people has decreased, and the largest number of undernourished children. There are no nearly 25%, even now 29% of the people are living under absolute poverty. That means even we do not have the capacity to earn at least $1 per day. So that is the fate of India. Then undernourished children are the largest number. And what emerges in this picture of uneven distribution of benefits of growth, which many believe is the root cause of social unrest. And these are all what steps taken by the government. So there is a national voluntary guidelines for social, environmental and economic responsibilities of business, which is released by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And the CSR class I already told you, within the Companies Act 2013, there are some steps taken by the government that organization need to spend a certain amount of money. Minimum 6,000 Indian companies will be required to undertake CSR projects in order to comply with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, with the many companies undertaking these initiatives for the first time. And some estimates indicate that CSR commitments from companies can amount to as much as around 20,000 crores. Imagine if the 20,000 crores is going to be spent by these corporate houses, I mean how much that we are going to be benefited. And these are all the mandatory provisions of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs under the CSR under Companies Act 2013. So NCA notified Section 135 and Schedule 7 of Companies Act 2013 for Companies Rule 2014 came into effect on 1st April 2015. And with effect from 1st April 2014, every company, private limited or public limited, which either has a net worth of rupees 500 crore or a turnover of rupees 1,000 crore or net profit of 5 crore, need to spend at least 2% of its average net profit for the immediately preceding 3 financial years on corporate social responsibility activities. This is one of the very good things what the government of India did, particularly for the organization. And it is in determining CSR activities to be undertaken, preference would not be given to local areas or the areas around where the company operates. So they would give preference particularly in the local areas and where the organizations are being. And these are all the following activities are not considered as a CSR activities in Section 135, contribution to political parties opening schools for children's employees, then bonus workers, providing technical skills for additional knowledge to workers, and running welfare services for employees. And then penalties for default, rupees 50,000 fine or 3 years imprisonment are both a company owner have to face for not filing the CSR reports to the MCA. And these are all some of the CSR initiatives by different companies in India. So what CSR Samsung is doing, solar labs and Tata Group. So now these are all the different CSR responsibilities of Tata Group, Vidya Dhanam, scholarship program, special coaching classes, school infrastructure improvement, co-curricular activities. More than 37 children were benefited in 2013 and 14. Then Arogya, addressing malnutrition, preventive and curative health care services, creating health awareness, and more than 284,000 persons were benefited in 2013 and 14. Then driver training program, training in automotive and technical trades, training in agriculture and allied activities, ITA adaptation program training, and another one, tree plantation program. I already told you, creating environmental awareness, soil and water conservation, and more than 1,64,000 trees were planted way back in 13-14. And there is a Chennai-based Arctic Chemicals is there, and this is a company where they are producing a product called the cephalosporin, and we are the third largest producer of cephalosporin antibiotic in the world. And now we know you people would have heard about Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan was acting in a movie, and that movie shooting was going on in Bangalore. So when the movie was going on in Bangalore, the stunt actor gave a very big punch in his stomach, and after results, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan had a serious stomach injury, and he was hospitalized in Bangalore. And after that, his problem has become deteriorated, and he was shifted to Mumbai. And at the time, the highest antibiotic was available in India was ampicillin 500 mg. That injection has been administered to him, but there was no improvement in the health condition of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. And afterwards, when he was this problem was referred to Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and at the time Mrs. Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, and she gave a special permission to import a special drug called cephalosporin from abroad, and that injection came from abroad, and it has been administered, and today Amitabh Bachchan is with us. The anti-credit goes to the cephalosporin antibiotic, for which Mrs. Indira Gandhi gave a special permission. The same product is produced today by Arctic Chemicals in Tirupur, very near to Chennai, South Chennai, and this particular company is set up by a gentleman who is known as Mr. Raghavendra Rao, and Mr. Raghavendra Rao is a BCom man, and he also belongs to a middle class family, and he is from Vizag. Then he completed this IIM Bangalore PGDBM, and after that, Mr. Raghavendra Rao was working in Saudi Arabia. While working in Saudi Arabia, he heard about this Amitabh Bachchan's incident, and immediately he thought that why don't we set up a plant of manufacturing this cephalosporin in India. So with that idea, he came to Chennai, and Mr. Raghavendra Rao, after reaching Chennai, he joined Ashok Leyland Limited in finance department. You know that Ashok Leyland Limited finance department is located very near to Apollo Hospital, and from there, Egmore is very near. So what he did, he has undergone both ACS and ICWA. Imagine, BCom, MBA from IIMA, then he did his ACS, then he did his ICWA, then he set up a company called Arctic Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals. And today, Arctic Chemicals is one of the third largest producer of cephalosporin antibiotic in India. They are not only meeting India's requirements, they are also exporting to foreign countries. So there was a CSR conflict. Women workers protested for not having equal rights as men in terms of salary, promotion, and basic facilities. Then Canon is a Japanese multinational corporation specialized in manufacture of imaging and optical products. And Canon has regional headquarters in Japan, America, Asia, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. The CSR conflict, the workers are not allowed to sit during working hours, then should work all day long. The main motto only to make profit and increase the efficiency of the company. So this is what we call it as a CSR conflict. Then Reliance. Reliance Industries is an Indian holding company. You know very well about the Reliance Group. They are entered into petrochemicals, healthcare, retail, textiles, and they have entered into hydrocarbons, and they have petrol pumps, and right now they have entered into Geo, and they have also entered into Geo Fiber, okay, and they have insurance, okay, there are many things. The serious of conflicts of Reliance is the business is to suppliers, those using child labor. In May 2014, ONGC moved to Delhi court accusing RIL for disposing high amount of toxic of its gas producing in Krishna Godavari Lake. So this is against this CSR. And then this one, Asian Paints, the toxic chemicals which are removed by the Asian Paints industry is caused by the death of thousands of fish. And the chemical pollutes surrounding water more faster than any other company. And this is what has happened in Mumbai by Asian Paints, not meeting the CSR. So what we need to have, we should have a positive relationship with the society, and the needs of CSR for a company. Communities provide the license to operate, attracting and retaining employees, the company's ability to attract, retain, and motivate employees with their CSR commitments, and enhancing corporate reputation, generating goodwill, creating a positive image. Corporate social responsibility attracts more investors, and the customers are attracted towards socially responsible companies. So with this, I'll wind up my discussion. So I am thankful to Career Maniam University authorities for providing such a wonderful opportunity to me to address today with all of you. So I wish you all the best to all the students, those who are listening this CSR I'm in top, and I am highly thankful to all the professors, those who have given this opportunity to me, and I extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you. I'm really thankful for the opportunity given to me to discuss about corporate social responsibility with all of you. So with this, we have come to an end, and if you have any questions, please ask.
Students, if you have any queries, means you may ask now.
Yeah, please. Also, if you have any questions for the professors also, you can ask. Anybody, those students who wanted to ask.
Participants, if you have any queries, means you may ask.
Muhammad Ismail, if you have any questions, please ask me. Mageshwaran, if you have any questions, please ask me. Hari Priya, if you have any questions, please ask me. Students, if you have any doubts, please ask me. Please ask, no? Then only you will be knowing whether you really fully understood this lesson or not. 70 people were there, now only 37 people are here. And you people do not have that even to wait for this lecture.
Students, if you have any queries, means you may ask.
Some of the teachers, please ask me, sir. Then we will come to students.
Okay, sir. I am also having one doubt, sir.
Please, sir.
Sir, most companies now not follow the CSR. I think, sir.
Yeah, in India, no,
Even in Thuthukudi Sterlite company, you know, sir.
yeah.
I think most of the companies have not follow CSR in their ethics.
So that's why, sir, in India, the problem is one side government is there, and another side our politicians are there, and the third side there is a mismatch between the company's expectations and the society. So as long as these things are there, I mean, it will be there only. So that's why, I am telling, even the government, government-owned organizations are known for spoiling this environment. So it is a collective effort. The government, the political parties or the people in government, and again the general public, all the people should join together in order to protect this our environment. And unfortunately, in India, it is not taking place. Say, for example, now if we take this Pongal and Bogi, there is people know in Chennai they used to burn tires, which is highly dangerous. You should not burn tires. Even though Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board is very clear, and our Tamil Nadu police is also telling that Chennai police is telling you should not burn tires, but people will burn tires. So people should have that responsibility. So that we have to inculcate this habit right from school days, from college days, at university level, and when our people are going to become a politician, or they are going to become a ruler, or they are going to become a company owner, they have to obey all this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Any other doubt? If you have any other doubts, please ask me, sir. Colin, sir, any doubts?
No, sir. No, sir.
I will tell you, ma'am.
No, sir. No, sir. No doubt, sir.
Sir, you're not only talking about CSR and also talking about SSR, student social responsibility too, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, any doubts, please ask me. Otherwise, we'll wind up this session.
No doubt, sir.
So, shall we wind up this
Yes,
session?
sir. Good evening, sir. Vote of thanks, sir. Good evening, sir. Vote of thanks.
At least.
Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Dr. V. Nagajodi, sir, Principal, Sri Chandraprabhu Jain College, into Chennai. Perfect logistic support and guidance he has extended to all of us at the corporate social responsibility webinar. I also extend my thanks to all higher officials, my dear colleagues, and the last but not least my dear student for this enormous cooperation of this event. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you may wind up your session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shall we, I may stop this presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for that opportunity given. So thank you, ma'am. I must be really thankful to Jayanti ma'am and my brothers, all of you. Particularly, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very
Thank
much,
you,
sir. Thank you, sir.
வாங்க சார் வாங்க உட்காருங்க வாங்க என்ன பிபிஐல போட்டிங்களா நீங்க போடுறது நீங்க நாளைக்கு வந்து பணத்தை கட்டுங்க இப்போ போட்டு வாங்க கொடுங்க போடுங்க பையன் எந்த பையன் நான் வந்து இன்னைக்கு மெட்ராஸ் யூனிவர்சிட்டி லிஸ்ட் அனுப்புறேன் இப்போ பையன் இப்போ சேருவான்னா 302 நான் போட்டு அனுப்புறேன் இப்பதான் 301 போட்டுக்கலாம் நம்ம போட்டு பஸ் கொடுப்போம் எல்லாரும் போடுவோம் லதாவா இந்த இவங்க எல்லாரும் ஆமா 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 சரி சரி